The iPhone 16 Pro isn't for you. Not in the sense that you couldn't use it, not even that you couldn't afford it. But the truth is, Apple didn't design the 16 Pro with you or most people in mind. It was built for a different purpose entirely. To understand why, we need to take a step back from the specs, from the headlines, from the shiny keynote presentation, because the phone isn't just a product. It's a signal, a symbol, and more than ever, a tool of psychological and cultural strategy. Let's start with a hard truth. Most people do not need a new phone. In fact, they haven't for years. The average user has day-to-day needs of texting, social media, video streaming, searching the web, and taking photos, which these are all easily handled by phones that came out 3 or 4 years ago. We've kind of hit a plateau in utility. Even mid-range devices now deliver performance that was pretty much only exclusive to flagship level devices. So if the practical need for annual upgrades have diminished, why do people still line up? And why does Apple keep releasing phones that go far beyond its necessities? Because it's not about utility anymore, it's about identity. The iPhone 16 Pro, like the Pro models before it, isn't built to really serve your needs. It's built to serve as your aspirations. And this is where Apple's genius shines. They've engineered the iPhone 16 Pro not just as a product, but as an object of desire, a luxury item wrapped in the language of performance, with the term Pro itself doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It suggests professionalism and an elite status, and self-explanatory, the word pro. It's professional. And whether or not you're a professional, owning a Pro phone does feel like a step up. It kind of says something about you. Compare saying I have the iPhone 16 to I have the iPhone 16 Pro. This is the evolution of the iPhone. What started as a revolutionary piece of technology is now pretty much a cultural artifact as a device that we use to communicate with each other. It's Apple's version of a luxury watch or a high-end sports car or a designer bag. And like all luxury items, the value of the 16 Pro isn't just what it does, it's kind of what it represents. And here's the kicker, Apple knows this better than anyone. They've perfected the art of manufacturing desire. The 16 Pro isn't just marketed as better, it's marketed as belonging to a different class of products. It's not just a phone with more features, it's a statement. Owning it puts you in a group that makes you feel you're in a higher tier, and Apple's entire ecosystem is designed to reinforce that hierarchy. The Pro model creates a carefully calculated psychological effect. It makes the standard iPhone feel less special, even though it's perfectly capable. It introduces features that won't change your life, but will subtly suggest that you're falling behind if you don't have them, such as one less camera on the device, aluminium materials instead of titanium materials for better durability. It puts pressure on early adopters, content creators, and even really everyday users to constantly aspire to the next tier. Not because they need to, but because they want to, and everyone else is. Or even more specifically, because they want to be seen as someone who does. This is where Apple's strategy becomes borderline philosophical. The 16 Pro isn't a device, it's a mirror. It reflects part of us that craves recognition, relevance, and status. It taps into something primal, our need to belong, and our equally strong need to stand out. You might think this only applies to luxury buyers or die-hard Apple fans, but it borders more than that. This aspirational marketing has ripple effects across the entire smartphone industry. The existence of the Pro iPhone model shifts the conversation, not just about what a phone can do, but what about a phone should be and could be. And once that expectation is set, every other brand tries to meet it. Everyone starts to try play catch up. Even if you're not buying one of the Pro variants, you're still reacting to it. This is by design. Apple isn't in the business of selling the most phones, they're in the business of selling the most valuable ones. That's why the Pro line exists. It's got nothing to do with mass adoption, it's about anchoring perception. When you have a high-priced, high-status model leading the pack, the regular models feel more affordable by comparison, even when that price has crept up year after year. Its pricing strategy is straight out of behavioral economics. Introduce a high-end option, not because you expect everyone to buy it, but because its very presence changes how everyone perceives its value. It's called Decoy pricing, and the 16 Pro is the most profitable decoy in tech history. But here's where it gets more interesting. Apple isn't just about influencing your buying habits, they're reshaping your expectations of technology itself. By releasing Pro features that are incremental but wrapped in high stakes language, like ultra slight improvements in display quality, camera tweaks, or design refinements. They're subtly redefining what counts as innovation. And because of the loyalty and attention Apple commands, people adopt these changes not out of need, but out of momentum. The bar keeps moving not up, but forward. Like a treadmill, you just can't step off and you have to keep on going. The 16 Pro is the front edge of that treadmill. It's not meant to be practical, it's meant to be aspirational, to pull the entire conversation forward, whether or not most people follow it. And yet it works. Because we don't just buy products anymore, we buy narratives. We buy the version of ourselves that we see marketed. We buy the story that Apple is telling us about the future. Look at Apple Intelligence. And even if that future is only slightly different from the present. So, in my opinion, no. The iPhone 16 Pro isn't for you. It's the idea of you. The one who's always reaching for more. The one who wants to be seen, respected, admired. The one who still believes deep down that the right product is saying something important. In a world where everything is branded, your phones, your apps, social media, maybe it does. But remember this, the more the iPhone becomes a mirror, the harder it gets to see what's real. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most expensive feature of them all. Subscribe if you enjoyed.